Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. This is Fred Roggin Stanley Cup Final Post-Game Show, presented by Audi.
And hello from the Prudential Center in Newark, where the Kings have done it again. They won by a score of 2-1. They won in overtime. They remain undefeated on the road during this playoff series. This game went pretty much as expected. It was going to be a hard-hitting affair. Early on, the Kings dominated. New Jersey came back at the end of the second period and for a good portion of the third and basically took the boards away. So they were forechecking, they were the aggressor, and there were some very tense moments. But when all said and done, it was Andrzej Kopitar scoring in overtime, and the Kings grabbing a 1-0 lead in this Stanley Cup Final Series. Let's go to the highlights now. Players will be arriving in just a moment. Let's show you what happened. After a week of waiting, the Kings took off and absolutely, all right, well, we're going to go to the highlights in just a second because I want to show you what happened as we await the players here in New Jersey. An incredible win for the Kings. I mean, we could hear people screaming from the Kings bench when they scored. And it's the kind of thing in a situation like that where you keep your fingers crossed and you just hope. And for the Kings, it went their way. Can we take a look at the highlights now? Do we have them available? All right, we do not have the highlights available. Okay. Colin Frazier. Let's swing. All right, now we have the highlights, so let's go to those. After a week of waiting, the Kings took the ice exuberant. They were energized, and they were ready for Game 1. The only number 8 seed ever to make a Stanley Cup Final. And in the first, the Kings said 8 seed this. On the takeaway, Jordan Nolan for Colin Frazier. The Kings have been dominant in these playoffs when scoring first. Frazier's first career playoff goal. Much was made before the game about both teams being big and physical. Jonathan Quick had no problem getting into the mix, but late in the second, the Devils finally got their break. Off a rebound, looked like the puck went off Patrick Elias, hit the goal, but instead it deflected off the Kings defenseman. A rare goal pass Quick, and look closely, you will see that Slava Voinov actually deflected that puck in. Big moment here in the third. The Devils got the puck in deep. Watch this. Zach Parise had a shot at the net, but Quick got back and made an amazing save. The puck ended up in the net, and after a scrum, no goal, much to the dismay of the Devils and their fans. Midway through the third, a Devil of a chance for New Jersey, but Mark Fane missed an open net. Kings had their chances too, but Marty Brodeur was sparkling in the net. No love for Drew Doughty on that one. After 60 minutes, they went into overtime, and then the moment Kings fans will remember, Andrzej Kopitar skating in and scoring, and the Kings winning by a score of 2-1. What a game for the Kings. All right, what we're going to do is step aside and take our first break, and when we come back, we'll have the players right next to us. So stay with us here as our Kings post-game show continues. All right, back in New Jersey, where the Kings have won by a score of 2-1. Luke Robitaille joins us. And if Dave, swing around. Just swing around real quick. You can see the Kings players are talking to the national media now. They'll be coming over here in a second. Luke, thank you very much for coming down. Wow. When you watch a game like that, what were you feeling?
Well, you could tell the ice wasn't really good. The puck seems to keep bouncing, but you get near the end of that. I really thought it was going to be an ugly goal. Man, I was wrong. I mean, Kopi just scored. It's a phenomenal goal. I mean, it's like as big time as it could be, and on the biggest stage, it was unbelievable what he did. The patience he showed there, it was just absolutely incredible.
You know, it's really interesting because early on the Kings, I thought, played very well, and they were very aggressive. But near the end of the second period, and then during the third period, it appeared as if the Devils took the boards away. Yeah. It was a different game. They were forechecking, and the Kings were having problems.
Yeah, they adjusted well. They changed a little bit their forecheck throughout the game. They got, we have a great coach. They have a great coach, so both teams will adjust. And, I think the ice being a little soft, it was a little bit harder to make those passes. And, we got caught throwing a couple up the middle, and, you got to be careful because when you get in the Stanley Cup Finals, you make a mistake, usually ends up in your net, or it's a great scoring chance. So you saw the guy pinched the wrong guy, and then Kopi ends up on a breakaway, and we score. And that's the way this series is going to be played. I mean, it was a big game for us. This is really big.
Yeah, and as a guy who's been there before, winning that first game, and given the fact that still unbeaten on the road, but coming into this building and winning that first game, and I know what the Devils will say, it's one game. Yeah. But how deflating is that for New Jersey?
Well, it's one game, you know, and we know that. And right now, the difference between us and them is we got to win 3 more. They got to win 4. So, you know, for us, we're going to come back now. We have an advantage next game, and we're going to go big time. And, you know, we'll play just as hard or better next game. I think we all feel there's a few things we can adjust. And it's certainly, you know, next game, we know how important it is because you come back home up to 2-0. Or, you know, even if it ends up being 1-1, we have home ice advantage now.
Great, Luke. Thanks for coming down. I know you ran all the way.
See you
all
here,
right, man. We'll see you Saturday. Thanks so very much. You think the fans here were deflated? Well, the fans back in Los Angeles were out of their mind, and Lolita Lopez was with them. Lolita, what did you see, and how did they react? You think the fans here were deflated? Well, the fans.
It's almost hard to hear you, Fred. I'm so sorry. We're still reacting here at LA Live. You can see, and with all these groups of fans here. And you know what? What's so cool about this is that there's a sense of camaraderie. None of these people met until tonight. They came together just for this. Let's talk to one of these guys. All right, so we're going to talk to Steven here. Steven, what was this game like for you?
Well, I have to tell you, this was one of the best Stanley Cup games I've seen so far. I'm so happy for the city of Los Angeles. I'm so happy to be a Kings fan. And I tell you, this gives us something very exciting to look forward to.
And I have Eric here because it's interesting. Eric has this like heavenly idea about these two teams. Tell us your theory.
Huh?
I'm telling you, it's crazy here. Tell me your theory about the teams.
Oh my God, the Kings did it all the way. Thank you, God in heaven. You got the Kings to win. The Devils have been tormented. Thank you, God. Go, Kings, go.
See, that's what I'm telling you. It has been an amazing thing here. This win, they're going to live it for at least the next couple of days. Fred, back to you.
Well, I'm glad Lolita survived that because it was crazy there. With Rob Scuderi, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Talk about the game, and basically New Jersey did a good job in the third period of taking the boards away, changed the tempo of the game. We're forechecking more. What happened?
Well, they're a good hockey team. I think it's something that we're going to have to adjust to. It's certainly been the toughest test we've had in the playoffs. Not to take anything away from the 3 teams, but the way they forechecked us, the way they were physical on us, I think it's the toughest test we've had so far, and we'll need to make some adjustments.
Yeah, there's no question about it. They were more physical, and it seemed for just a second, and maybe it's an incorrect assumption, everybody was back on their heels for just a second going, we have not seen anything like this.
Yeah, we haven't played in 8-9 days, and it kind of wears on you, and you have to go from 0 to 60 as far as the intensity goes in a short amount of time. And they jumped out all over us, I thought, in the first 10 minutes there. But again, sometimes it's not going to be pretty, but you have to find a way to win, and we thought we were able to do that.
Well, still unbeaten in opening games on the road here, unbeaten on the road, period. And it's one game. But how much does this one game mean?
I mean, I guess I'm on the conservative side, so to me it means one game. You know, it's either 4 to win or 4 and you're out. So I take the conservative approach and realize that we're still 3 wins away and that we have a lot of work to do in that time.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. Appreciate it. All right, let's now go to the interview room where Kings coach Daryl Sutter is talking to the media.
In the overtime period, obviously, you know, the Devils really came at you in overtime as well.
Well, I think Marty made 2 huge saves in the third period too, so that's what both goalies are here for, right? It's not one ahead of the other or anything different. They're going to have to make big saves and probably keep it low scoring.
Coach, why do you think your team is so good on the road?
We won 1 on the road now. Season started tonight. Thanks. Players, getting players now?
All right, that's Daryl Sutter talking to the national media. Jordan Nolan joins us. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. It was nice to get the first one in this barn and move on from here.
Yeah, did they surprise you a little bit? They were so physical and so aggressive, and you guys had not played in some time.
I don't think they surprised us. You know, it's the finals. There's a reason they're here. There's a reason they're one of the top teams in the league, and we knew they were going to come out and work hard.
I know you had to keep digging, keep working very hard. At what point, I mean, Kopi scores in overtime, but did you see a shift in the tempo of the game? At what point did you think we're going to be okay, or were you ever worried?
In the third period, I thought New Jersey turned on a bit, and we had a few a few back-to-back shifts we played in there and created a few chances, a couple big hits, and you know, after that, I got a little confidence, and the team was looking forward to getting the next goal.
I know if there's one thing about hockey players, they're extremely superstitious, and you never want to look too far down the road. When you score in overtime in a game like this, for just a second, could you look across the ice and see their fans were deflated? Were they deflated?
You know, I didn't have a chance to look. I think I was just so excited that Kopi scored. I rushed to the corner and celebrated with my teammates. I don't think I really had a chance to look at the other team.
Well, you guys look good tonight. You win in overtime. Thanks for your time. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you. Yeah, see you.
All right, the Kings win in overtime. Let's take a break, and we'll return to New Jersey with more right after this. Oh, we're not going to do that. All right, we're back in New Jersey. Jared Stoll joins us. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know, we were talking in the break, and what you said to me was, we can play better. We have to play better.
Yeah.
What didn't go well?
We were just a little sloppy. We didn't support our defense well. Vice versa. We had, you know, battles on the walls. We had guys leaving the zone. We just, you know, we weren't coming together as a five-man group like we have been most of the playoffs. And we had a couple good pushes in second for sure. And to start the game, I thought we were all right. But you know, we got to get more pucks on their goaltender for sure. Number one, and just be cleaner coming out of our zone in the neutral zone and getting in on the forecheck. And there's a lot of areas we can be better.
You know, the good news is you had a couple of days off to rest up for this. I'm wondering if it was too many days off, given what you're saying.
No, I don't think so. We were, you know, we felt fine. It's just a matter of supporting maybe a little mental, maybe a little thinking too much, not enough. You know, just being in the right place and you know, being smart. You can work as hard as you can, but if you're not working smart, that's everything goes out the window. So you got to be smart out there and think the game and think your system, what you're supposed to be doing, and then everyone's on the same page, and you can go from there.
Jared, thanks for your time. I really appreciate you coming out.
No problem.
We'll see you on Saturday.
For sure.
All right. Let's now go to the national media podium. Andrzej Kopitar and Jonathan Quicker speaking.
Idea that he was going to put it there, or were you just kind of hoping as well?
Well, you know, like I said before, I saw those two on the boards battling, and I wanted to make sure I went through the middle. And I don't know if he heard me or not. I yelled for the puck, and you know, he chipped it obviously perfect right on my tape, and it happened, you know, happened pretty quick, and you know, I was able to finish it off.
You talk about the impact the line of Fraser, Richardson, and Nolan had, the hits that they had, Fraser scoring the goal, and how that fires the team up and provides energy.
It was, you know, they probably had one of the best games in the playoffs so far, and you know, they've had some really good ones before, and you know, tonight they capped it off with a nice goal, and you know, definitely got us going in the first period. This seems like you know, we came out a little slower than we wanted to, and you know, the way they came out and established the forecheck and you know, had some cycles in their zone gave us a huge boost.
Jonathan, this is the first time you had to face Brodeur on a stage like this. How difficult was it for you to match him step for step?
I'm not looking to match him step for step. I'm not trying to score on him. He's not trying to score on me. So, you know, I'll leave that to the forwards and D. You know, I'm just trying to make saves and help my team win a game.
Jonathan, there weren't that many shots in this game. Did that surprise you as the goalie? And what was that like for you?
You know, last series I played a handful of games where I'd see around 20 shots. So, you know, I really didn't know what to expect coming into this game, seeing that we haven't played them in so long, and watching the Ranger games, they had anywhere between 40 shots and 20 shots against Lundqvist. So,
and there you go, the two King stars talking to the national media. We're back to wrap it up in New Jersey right after this.
Lolita Lopez live downtown right now with some of the Kings fans for us. Lolita.
Oh, Colleen and Chuck, we are like wiping our brow of sweat, trying to get our heartbeats back to normal. It was insane here in LA Live. Just one of 19 restaurants where, you know, they gave out discounts and freebies just to get all the LA Kings here live. And here you see them behind me. But let's look at how this stage just started. It was a roller coaster of a game. Ups and downs. Bailey was out trying to psych everybody in. When the Devils scored in that second period, there was a silence and the crowd just shut down. But then they quickly came back up, and it was all about the Kings. They were not giving up on this one. No way, no how. So let's take a look one more time at that winning goal.
exciting. You know what? The Kings, great job. They've been hanging in there strong. They're doing a great job.
And we're here with Stephen Roggin. Remember, we talked to you about Tanner. His son was a lifelong 19-year-old when he died of a rare immune disease. He was a big-time LA King fan. What do you think Tanner would have said today?
He would have said he was elated.
Yeah.
The Kings are going to the cup.
They're taking it all. You heard it here first. They're going to relish this one for quite a while, I'm sure. Next game on Saturday. But for now, back to you guys.